Hello and welcome. I'm your resident hotel AI expert, bringing you extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am absolutely thrilled to welcome the students of Europe Hotel School to this online learning journey. Now, just imagine the environments you're preparing you to master. Everything from luxury hotel lobbies and those buzzing front desks to sophisticated conference rooms, dynamic restaurants, and high-stakes revenue offices. Well, this explainer is your gateway to understanding the very heartbeat of those operations. And that heartbeat? It's your people. As future leaders in this space, you need actionable strategies that are guided by AI-supported, truly premium hotel practices. So today, we're focusing entirely on a critical, yet honestly often mismanaged phase of a hotel's life cycle, and that's employee integration. Get this, did you know that nearly a third of all new hires across the service industry quit within their first 6 months? Literally a third. Just think about the operational disruption and the immense financial cost of that early turnover. It's staggering. But we're going to ensure that doesn't happen on your watch. We're moving way beyond basic theory today into real actionable strategies that actually secure your workforce. All right, let's swiftly run through our learning itinerary for today. We'll start by completely rethinking the onboarding process. Then we'll move right into preparation and progressive learning. From there, we'll explore social integration and mentorship, navigate that tricky balance between technology and humanity, and finally, wrap up with how all of this builds a solid foundation of lasting loyalty. Okay, Section 1, rethinking the onboarding process. We really must begin by entirely shifting our paradigm regarding a new hire's first few days. There is a really stark contrast between how things used to be done and how the best are doing it now. The outdated approach treated onboarding as this mundane, windowless administrative checklist that you just rush through, right? It was all about filling out tax forms and memorizing where the emergency exits are. But the modern standard for ultra-premium hospitality is a whole different ballgame. It is a highly strategic, welcoming introduction to your culture, your core values, and your service philosophy. It's really about seamlessly establishing elite performance expectations while at the exact same time making sure that new team member feels deeply welcomed and genuinely supported. In our highly service-driven environment, making this shift is absolutely crucial. Just consider a front desk agent or a fine dining server for a second. These professionals are interacting with your guests right from their very first shift. So establishing a deep emotional connection from day one ensures they feel their decision to join your team was the right one. When an employee actually feels valued and integrated, that internal warmth immediately translates directly into how they treat your arriving guests. The quality of this initial transition has a profound, lasting impact on literally everything, from daily productivity to your hotel's overall retention rates. Moving on to Section 2, preparation and progressive learning. Let's see exactly how operational readiness equals true professionalism. You know, preparation is the defining feature of any premium onboarding program. Long before an employee even sets foot in the building for their first shift, operations and HR absolutely must be perfectly aligned. Managers need to make sure workspaces are pristine, system access is actively functioning, uniforms are perfectly tailored and waiting, and schedules are explicitly set. Taking this kind of proactive care sends an undeniable message of deep professional respect. It basically tells your new hire, hey, we were expecting you, and we're totally ready for you to succeed. Conversely, just imagine the damage when we fail to prepare. Picture walking into a high-end luxury hotel, super eager to start your new career, only to find that no one even knows your name, your uniform isn't ready, and your computer login doesn't work. Yikes, right? Disorganized experiences like this can immediately shatter a new hire's confidence. It creates this deep anxiety and doubt, actively undermining their natural enthusiasm before they've even begun performing their actual role. Remember, first impressions absolutely go both ways. So, to prevent that kind of anxiety, premium institutions really champion this concept of progressive learning. Instead of burying new hires under some massive, intimidating manual of excessive information on day one, which helps nobody, learning is strategically staggered. This allows for the gradual, confident absorption of operational knowledge and complex cultural norms, alongside vital periods of reflection. By thoughtfully structuring their development over time, you protect their enthusiasm and build a far more competent, self-assured hospitality professional. All right, Section 3, social integration and mentorship. Now we're transitioning from operational structure to the human element. Hotels are highly interdependent ecosystems. Cross-departmental teamwork dictates the ultimate quality of guest service, period. Because of that, social integration is critical. As leaders, you've got to engineer moments for seamless connection. Think about a warm, personal handshake from the general manager on their first morning, or structured applause in the kitchen during team introductions, or explicitly assigned mentors. These deliberate premium touches erase that very real sense of isolation that almost always accompanies starting a brand new job. And speaking of mentors, they are just an invaluable asset in this ecosystem. They guide new hires through the daily routines, and crucially, those subtle service nuances that are simply impossible to capture in standard training manuals. Think of the unwritten rules, like how to address VIP guests or how to navigate the kitchen without colliding during a crazy dinner rush. Mentors provide peer support that actively accelerates the learning curve. These experienced employees serve as true cultural ambassadors, modeling the expected behaviors and the premium tone of your hotel. On to Section 4, Balancing Technology with Humanity. Let's look at how we actually scale these best practices across modern hotel groups. Scaling onboarding is a pretty significant challenge. Effective programs must be carefully tailored to different roles. Obviously, a frontline server needs distinct practical skills compared to a strategic revenue manager. But the key here is the shared foundation. Both of those individuals, regardless of rank, must receive the exact same overarching introduction to the hotel's core values and guest service philosophy. So customization provides practical relevance, while consistency guarantees total brand alignment across every single department in the building. Now, in today's landscape, AI-supported practices and modern tools increasingly support this learning through digital platforms, virtual property tours, and highly flexible online resources. And don't get me wrong, these are fantastic for efficiency. But listen closely to this, because the golden rule remains: technology must always complement and never replace human interaction. Personal connection is the absolute essence of hospitality. Your onboarding absolutely must clearly reflect that delicate balance between digital efficiency and the genuine human warmth that defines excellent, memorable service. And finally, Section 5, the foundation of loyalty. Let's examine the ultimate return on investment for these strategic processes. A premium onboarding program is never truly finished. It thrives on continuous evaluation. By actively seeking out and, more importantly, applying direct feedback from your new employees, you gain invaluable insights into what's working perfectly and what might need a little refinement. Asking for this feedback actively proves your organization's ongoing commitment to the employee experience. It signals to your team that you are a true learning organization, which is a hallmark of the world's most elite hospitality brands. When you manage to combine meticulous preparation, progressive learning, strong mentorship, and that perfect balance of tech and humanity, the results are just undeniable. By investing true time and care into this transition process, you lay an unshakable groundwork. Effective onboarding directly drives lasting engagement, incredibly high operational productivity, robust employer retention, and long-term loyalty. It literally transforms a standard hiring process into a strategic competitive advantage, ensuring your teams are fully equipped to deliver unparalleled luxury experiences. So, I'll leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought for reflection as you continue your professional journey. We all love to say that people are our greatest asset, but look closely at the first few days of their journey with you. Does your onboarding actively signal that they are indeed the very heart of your operation and the absolute key to your long-term success? Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and I wish you the very best in your continuing hospitality education.